In this video we'll be continuing with the C# tutorials. So we'll be going over the if-else statement. So the if-else statement basically executes one block of statements if its Boolean expression is true, or another block if its Boolean expression is false. So before we talked about the single alternative decision structure, which is the if statement, which is just one if on its own. So that was for example, we could just have a method here. Actually, I'm not sure if it needs a public or not. Is there an error on that? Okay, 21. Might not need a public. Don't think it actually does. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. So if we just had, so I don't think you need to tag on. We'll talk about this later on, but I think you just need you don't need a public, I believe. Here you can just have the return type. This is a method, we'll get into this later on. So this is just for the purpose of the if and if else statement example. So here we could just have like a local val. So let's just have an int val points to 5. So if you've seen the previous video in the tutorial, the previous video in the playlist, C# playlist, you'll see that we discussed the if statement. So basically we had before if val points to 5. Then we can just say then in that case val2 points to I don't know, times by 3 or something. So this case, so in this case it's a single alternative decision statement. So we're saying, okay, well, if val points to 5, in that case that's true. This is a Boolean condition, it's going to check the Boolean condition. Then if that's true, then we're going to execute this statement. Otherwise the block is skipped if this condition is false. So now we'll say, okay, well, if val points to 5, val2 points to 15, and we'll have an else. So this is, now we have another else, then we'll say, okay, well, else. Then we'll say, okay, well, val2 points to 0 in that case. But here, so now in this case, so we have int val points to 5, declaring val2. So this is an initialization. This is a declaration. So if val points to 5, val2 points to 15. So that's, in that case, that's true. That means this else clause will get skipped because this if block was true. So it's only going to be one or the other. So it's going to say, okay, well, if val points to 5, then in this case only this block is going to get hit out of these two blocks, the if and else block. Val2 is going to point to 15, and this block will get skipped. Then let's just say we had another line here. So let's say then, okay, well then we want to declare or declare and initialize a string after that. So this line here will always get executed. it'll always get executed because it's not in the if or else block. Whereas this statement here will always get checked because it's gonna check the condition. If it's true, then this block will get hit. This one may never get hit in that case. But if this block is false, then this block will get hit. That means this block won't get hit. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm not going to type that all out. Just if I type it all out, it'll probably just waste time. So hopefully you understand. So in this case, in val points to 5, if val points to 5, this block gets hit. So in this case, this block gets skipped. Else, this else clause gets skipped. But in this case, if we say, okay, well, int val points to 4, int val 2, then we have if val points to 5. So in this case, if val points to 5, this is now false. Then this block gets skipped. This whole thing gets skipped. Gets skipped from here to here. And this else block is hit. So hopefully that makes sense. Only one or the other, if or else, is going to execute. So that's pretty much that's it. And then we call this a, what happened there? So in this case, the if else block is a dual alternative decision structure. So it's different than the single alternative decision structure. It's now a dual alternative decision structure. So hopefully that makes sense. There is an example code here. I'm just thinking if we should do that now or later on. Just seeing how long it's going to take. Okay, it's two parts of this one. Okay, so I guess let's just do it now then. At least the first part of it. The second part, is this actually, let's just see if this is in one. Okay, so this is actually only one part, but it's a longer code. There's no group. I'm just wondering if we can try a panel here. These kind of take a while. I'd rather just code it rather than drag and drop, but we'll have to just get into that coding stuff later on. We still have to go over some of the actual C# code structure before we actually get into GUI's actual more GUI code. So let's then just drag these on. So let me take get val out. So go to the, I'll click the designer tab. Actually, you know what, let's just continue this in the next one. Because it might take a while. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.